Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Oh, we've already
everyone.
got somebody else. Hi, Alessandra from Milan. Nice to have you here today with us.
Ooh, okay. So, hi, everyone. I'm Seamus. Me, myself, and Jane are coming from Via Baracca in Florence, the mothership school.
Yay!
Personally, I'm from Donegal in Ireland. So, I'm happy that you're introducing yourselves. Jane, would you like to tell everyone where you're from?
I'm from the United States. I'm from New York State, actually,
Hmm,
and I live in Florence, like Seamus.
very nice. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Alessandra, yes, we're all in quarantine. Oh, Katerina, hello. I had you earlier today. Mm,
hmm, so I'm
nice. From
from Livorno.
Livorno.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
takes 20 minutes by car. Yep, very good. I learned
Uh-huh.
a word from my short time in Livorno. I don't know if I should say it on. Is that Oyade? The answer to every question for
Very
my limited
nice.
Italian. Okay, so
All right.
Jane, what are we doing in this focus?
We're doing pet peeves.
Hmm,
What a
I like it.
strange phrase. Pet
Yeah,
peeve.
very strange. What does pet peeves mean? I wonder, does
There are
anybody know?
things. Does anybody know, Katerina? What about you? Do you know?
Yeah, so while you try and
Hmm.
tell us what a pet peeve is, we'll go on to the introduction. Might give a clue, so let's see. Huh. Why is it not changing? There we go. It'll probably change 3 times now. So, in this focus activity, common pet peeves. Look at the reaction
Mm,
of the girl. It can help you figure out what a pet peeve is. Okay? Phrases for complaining, and then we have polite requests. Hi, Ava.
yeah. Hi, Eva from Treviso. Yay, I love Treviso.
Okay,
Beautiful place.
so pet peeves.
Okay.
I think we
I've got
shall
a lot.
tell them.
I've got a lot of pet peeves,
Really? I
Seamus.
don't have too many, but
I
I
have some,
hear
yeah.
lots of people telling me their pet peeves that maybe I do. So yeah, it's not so bad. I don't mind. I'm an easygoing person. Pet peeves is the
No,
animal. No,
no,
surprisingly not.
no,
A pet
no.
is an animal, but when you put pet and peeves beside it, it's actually something very
Completely
different.
different. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
very different.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So,
It's not a domestic animal.
Jane, would you like to fill them in? What is a pet peeve?
Yes, pet peeves are things that drive you crazy.
Yeah,
Ah,
so things like
things
habits that you
that,
just don't like.
mostly in other people. Ah,
Yeah.
I could. I. It's like I have a list. Anyway.
So, like in this picture, we have a really good example of a pet peeve. Somebody talking on the phone while at the movies.
Oh.
Very good, Ava.
Yeah, very good. Annoying, yeah. Oh, Bergamo's in the house. Oh, special shout out to Bergamo. Oh, I've got only love for people in Bergamo right now. So shout out to you, Nancy.
Welcome, Nancy. So we have a nice example here. So Katerina mentions that pet peeve is the worst thing that you can see. For example, one of my pet peeve, don't forget that S. So my pet peeves is when people cross the street watching his or her phone and without watching what's happening around him. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good try. I think that's a really
A
good.
really good effort.
I mean, that's not an easy thing to describe. So,
Nope.
Katerina, that's great. That's absolutely
Totally,
fantastic.
totally understandable. Just a couple of
Yeah,
small things.
couple
So
mistakes, but
when
small.
people are when people are crossing the streets, they are looking at their phones without
Mhm,
looking around them or watching where they are
mhm,
going. Okay,
mhm.
very very good. I love it. It's a good example. Unfortunately, I am one of those.
Oh, are
I'm
you?
one of those
Seamus,
people.
are you one of those people?
Yeah,
No.
I look at my phone too much.
Oh. Personal or work?
Hmm. So, in what sense?
Are you looking at it because you're looking at social media or you're looking at work things?
Oh, I would be looking at YouTube videos, so nothing important.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
But
Stop that.
this is when I
Stop
walk
it.
to work. So like I'll watch YouTube videos just to motivate me to wake myself up, and
What
then
can I guess?
when I
What kind of videos? Like what kind of YouTube videos? English
comedy
YouTube?
videos, comedy
No,
videos. No, no, no. I have
that's a shame.
an okay grasp of grammar. A year ago I would have been watching English videos, but now I just watch comedies just to make me smile, to get me in a good
Yeah,
mood. Then I feel good
absolutely.
for the rest of the day. My favorite comedian at the moment is Kevin Bridges with his Scottish
Ah.
accent. It's amazing.
Oh, I have to look that up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's definitely worth watching. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so Jane, what are your biggest
Mhm.
pet peeves?
Um, oh, I've got one. People
Mhm.
that drive too close behind me.
Okay, so can you try it with one of these sentences in the red?
My biggest pet peeve is
Good.
people who tailgate.
Haha, tailgate. Very difficult to understand. I like it. Yeah, so people who drive really close behind you.
Yeah, and
Good.
Italians, unfortunately, Italians love to do that. And it drives me mad. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I could
should.
say my biggest pet peeve is driving in Italy, because I spend a lot of time in my car and it's painful.
A lot of time hitting the klaxon or the horn on your car.
Yeah, I try not to, but boy.
Oh, well, that actually,
Uh,
I don't drive, but uh, that does remind me of one of my pet peeves. So when I'm in the car with my fiance, if we are at a red light, sorry, so yeah, when we are sitting in the car at a red light,
mhm.
as soon as the light turns green, there's always one person behind you that will hit the klaxon for even if it's only green for half a second. And you're like, why? Why? What do you want me to do? I'm not in the Formula One. I I'm not driving a Ferrari.
That's
I can only go
hysterical.
so fast.
Oh, Ava, well done. Let's put that up there, Seamus.
Good,
My biggest
perfect.
pet peeve is people is a category, so we need the
Yeah,
singular. People who smoke near me.
perfect. Very good.
Okay,
And so
people who
people who
smoke
smoke.
near me. Mm,
I love it. Very good. I agree
yeah,
110%,
yeah,
if that's
I agree
possible.
also. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay.
Anybody else want
Um,
to come up with a different pet peeve? Because I know everybody's got them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all share your examples. You can give us different contexts. It's fine. I'll give another one of mine. So one of my biggest pet peeves is when you see someone picking their nose and then they eat it.
Oh, I knew. I know. Why do you have to say that? I
Huh?
was thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it. No.
It's
Sorry.
a
And now I'm grossed out. It's horrible. Horrible. Oh, yes. I agree. I really hate it when people do that. Look at Alessandra. I know, right? Alessandra. Oh,
or
disgusting.
or even like just in
Um,
general. You can get some people that eat with their mouth open, and you can like
Oh,
hear it.
yeah.
It's really can be really irritating if you're with them or around them a lot. I had a
Yeah.
friend or a cousin when I was really young. He used to eat like that, and even when he was drinking water, you could hear when he swallowed his water or his drink.
He was just. I have to say that my daughter is a
I
loud
don't-
eater.
Because Jane's daughter eats very loudly.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Kiara.
Hopefully, she's not watching.
No, she's not watching, but I have to be careful. All right. And what other pet peeve do I have? One of my biggest pet peeves is when people arrive late for appointments that they have with
Oh,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
very good,
I find that very irritating.
very good, excellent.
Mm.
Yeah, very good example. So, Alessandra, my
Oh,
biggest pet peeve is when people talk with me and continue to touch my arm. Very good. That is true.
oh,
She's like, okay,
interesting.
you have initiated the welcome. Now you can leave my arm alone.
Nice. Nancy's also got a good one.
Very good. Okay, so from Nancy, when there are people in the queue, very good, the line, and someone wants to jump in front of others now at the
Uh-huh.
supermarket. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yes, it happens a lot. In Italy, it
Yeah.
happens a lot.
I seen the
Mm-mm.
funniest one ever. I was in
Really?
COP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in COP 1 month ago, before the virus broke out really in Italy, and there was this old lady, not very old, but she didn't even ask to jump the queue. She just went in front of, I think there were 6 people in the queue, and she just got all the things on the conveyor belt where you put your things before they get scanned.
Oh,
And
really?
she made a
How
big
bizarre.
gap and put her stuff down. Didn't even say a thing. I was just like,
Was everybody
wow.
shocked?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know Italian, so I couldn't say anything, but uh it was
Oh, I would have.
for me it
I would
was
have. I would have gone
incredibly
ballistic
funny.
on that one.
Yeah, it was incredibly funny. I just had to laugh.
Unbelievable.
Okay. And we
Yeah.
have another. So I
Yeah.
really hate it when
Caterina's the one.
okay, when somebody goes to the cinema and talks. Yeah, and talks during the film. Very good. Yeah, so very much like the picture. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people is
No, no.
singular or plural. So people is plural, person is singular.
You
Okay.
were referring
So
to.
at the very
Mm.
at the bottom of the slide, you can see, can you think of other ways to say what annoys you? Okay. So we have one of my
Oh.
biggest pet peeves. I really hated when. But can you
Mhm.
think of any other ways to say I don't like it or I don't like this behavior? Hmm.
It really annoys me. It really annoys me. Huh?
Good. Yeah, so you can say
Or
it
I
annoys me.
can't stand it.
Very good.
I can't stand it.
If you cough, if you have a cough, yeah. If you have a cough just near anyone, you don't need the two. So if you cough near anyone, Nancy. Okay. Were you writing some of those examples, Jane? So you
Yeah,
say,
I'm trying to put them in. I
it's
can't. I'm
okay,
not
I
writing
can
right
get it
now.
for you. So I can't
Okay,
start.
thanks. I'm so slow.
Hey, you're okay. I have another one. So another way to say you don't like something, you could say, I am sick of it. To say that you're really
Mm,
frustrated. I am sick. I am sick of you eating with your mouth, sorry, talking with your mouth full. So
yeah.
people that try to talk when they have while they're eating. I am sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to write too many because I know there are some more on the next slide.
Okay.
Oh, I have a really good one. So it doesn't, this isn't on the next slide. So it doesn't tickle my fancy.
Yeah, but that's very British, eh?
Oh,
It doesn't
yes,
tickle
very.
my fancy. An American would never say that. I'm
We have some
sorry.
other phrases. Other ways just to say, oh, it came out very bad. I put them in spaces, but so I can't stand it. Oh, wow. But for now, we will move on and I will write it again into the chat.
She's exhausted,
Okay,
I think.
so ways or phrases for complaining, ways to complain. Put the phrases for complaining in order from the weakest, number 1, to the strongest, number 7. Good.
Okay,
So I
so
hate, I am annoying when. So be careful with I am annoying means that you personally are the problem. So you could say I am annoyed. Remember ed for me, ing for thing. Okay? So Katerina, so you'd say I am annoyed when
uh-huh.
If you say I am annoying, that means you are the problem. Or unless you say I am interesting, then you are not the problem, you are the amazing thing. You are interesting. But you'd say I am interested because English is interesting.
Okay. So let's start with the weakest out of all those, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read them from 1 to 7.
Yeah, let's read them. I think our students might be able to answer them as you read.
Number 2, it gets on my nerves when. Number 3, it annoys me to no end when.
Oh, we're good.
Number 4, it bugs me when. Number 5, it bothers me when. Number 6, I hate it when. Number 7, it drives me crazy when.
Good.
Okay.
So, can somebody give us an answer between number 1 to 7? What do they think might be the strongest? What do they think it might be the weakest? It is difficult. What do you think?
Well, first, Katerina asked, what is the meaning of bug?
Oh, good.
Bug me, very good question, is when something bothers me. It's the same as the one below it, more or less has the same meaning. It bugs me when, or it bothers me when, or it annoys, it's something that
Yeah, it's another way to say it is annoying. It bugs me.
Yeah.
Bug on its own is an insect. Like insects bug me. Bugs bugs me. Bugs bug me. Which would be really confusing. But yeah, another way to say it is annoying. But not so much. If you say something bugs you, it's annoying, but it's quite weak.
So let's go ahead and start with the weakest one. Let's take a look. Seamus, what do you think? Which one do you think is the weakest?
So we have for the weakest, I would say, it bugs me, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I'm wondering, are these going to come in order?
Oh, yeah, good. Perfect.
Oh, okay,
so we were right.
So yeah, we'll go for it.
No, we got it wrong.
We got it wrong, but we were close, I think. So it bothers me when. Again, remember, these are very subjective. They're quite similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
It bothers me. Then we have it bugs me. Very much the same, exact same phrase.
Yeah.
And then we have like it gets on my nerves when.
Yeah. And I think we say the same thing in Italian. Mi
I
dà sui
wouldn't. Yeah.
nervi. Yeah, so we say the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing in Italian.
Okay. So nerves is very similar in Italian.
Nervi.
Okay, perfect. So we don't really have to explain. Okay, so it annoys me to no end. Okay,
Ah,
so
all
yeah,
right.
now we're starting to get into it. It's bothering me, and it's starting to really, like really annoy me a little more. You're probably going to start to take action at this stage. Whereas if something bugs me personally, I let it go. I don't think I need to worry about telling them to stop. Okay. So then I say I hate it when for number
Yep.
5.
Hate it
And I
when?
think we're going to leave it for a few seconds. What do you think is the strongest? It drives me crazy when, or I can't stand it when?
I think personally, I think it's I can't stand it when.
Hmm.
What do you think? Do you think it
Yeah.
drives me crazy?
No, well, they kind of
No, I,
interchangeable, aren't they? But yeah, no. So you say I can't stand it. It means you can't tolerate any more bad behavior or whatever they're doing. So yeah,
yeah. If
it
they
drives
say
me crazy is more like it makes me so angry, but I can't stand it is at the end of the line.
the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Very good, Nancy. That was a difficult exercise to kind of try and engage. So, can we create a list of pet peeves that are true for you using these phrases? So, for our students. So, what can you not stand? What drives you crazy? Or if it's only a small problem, what bugs you?
Hmm.
Mm,
Well, let's go back and forth while they're
okay.
pulling theirs up. You guys can decide on which number you want to use. We're gonna go from 1 to 7 back and forth. Huh?
Okay. Shall
So
we choose some context to see if we can get something like relatable? Like maybe the library, or is that going to be
it's gonna be hard
difficult?
to come up. It's gonna be hard to pull up 7 things
Oh
from the
no, no,
line.
not like we change context every so often.
Okay.
So,
So we'll
uh, is there anything you can't stand people doing when you're in the library?
yeah, talking, speaking
Perfect. Yeah,
loudly. I
yeah.
can't
So
stand it when people speak
perfect.
loudly.
Yeah. So it's
And
impossible to study if people
yeah,
are talking really loudly in the
yeah,
library.
absolutely. Uh-huh.
Okay. Very good. I'll give
Oh,
an
how
example
about
and then I'll change
yeah.
context.
Okay.
Okay, so in the library, um, uh, let me see. So, do you know when you go to the library, but it's a small library and there are
Mm-hmm.
not so many books? So it
Mm-hmm.
gets on my nerves when people are using the book that I need.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of be like I was maybe a few seconds late and they got the book that I needed to
Yeah.
study. So it gets on my nerves when people are using the book I need.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's
Okay.
good.
So let's change the context and we'll go for maybe a simple one when you're in the car or driving.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So for 3 and 4. Good. Keep the
Uh,
examples coming, guys. We'll read them out soon.
oh, hey, great. I've got, well, let's look at Nancy's.
Hmm.
It bothers me when I'm home, when I'm in home and the ring
Yeah.
bell rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a small thing. I like it.
Okay. How do we say that though? I think that there's some mistakes there. So if I pull it up here.
Hmm.
Okay, so it bothers me when I'm at
Preposition after
home.
I'm. Very
Mhm.
good. When I'm at home.
And we call it not a ring.
Yeah. So when the
Mm-hmm.
doorbell rings.
And the
Then we have A good example from Eva. So it gets on
Can you
my
hear me?
nerves or it annoys me when
Oh,
someone bites. Oh, be careful with bites your nails. So that means that I come up to you, Ava, and I will bite your nails. So you would say when someone
yeah,
bites their nails.
bare
I,
nails,
I would, but
yes.
I agree. It would also be very annoying if someone bit my nails.
I'll
Someone
try to
else.
remember
So,
that.
so Jane, stop biting my nails.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, be careful with the pronouns, but it makes it quite interesting and fun.
Absolutely.
Okay. Um. So in the car, Jane, like let's say you're in the car with your
Oh, Lord.
family.
So it gets on my nerves when people talk on their cell phone or use
Okay.
their cell phone while driving.
Ah, very good. Okay, so for me, uh, when I'm driving, oh, I don't drive, but I'm the passenger. Uh,
Really? You don't drive?
I don't drive at all. No, I have plenty of brothers that drive me everywhere, and now I
Are
have a
you are
fiance
you
that drives
kidding
me
me?
everywhere. It's a perfect life.
Oh my gosh.
So
Fantastic.
it annoys me to no end when I try to sleep while being the passenger, but my fiance will wake me up
Ah!
because she won't let me sleep when she is driving.
She won't let you sleep. See,
No.
she's a smart woman. She's a really smart woman.
Okay. Or another one would be it bugs me when I am listening to a song, but before the
Ah,
song finishes, someone changes the song. They
yeah.
don't like it.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
that's
So
very
we did
good.
really good. We have lots of good examples. So
Mm-hmm.
now we need to know how to resolve these problems or how to
Oh boy.
express these pet peeves, these annoyances. Okay. So Jane, can you read, please?
How annoying. What do you do when something annoys you?
Oh, very
What
good.
do you do when a person is talking on their mobile phone in the cinema? A couple is kissing in public.
Mhm.
Someone near you is smoking. Someone is eating loudly. You are sitting in a traffic jam. The person you are waiting for is late. I think we said a lot of those.
Very good. So, Nancy, I can't stand it when I'm dreaming and someone talks and it wakes me up fast. Okay, so it wakes. We have a motorbike outside. I'm just going to close my window.
Okay, no problem. Nice one, Nancy. That's a good one. I understand. So I want to make sure that you remember that annoying is a false friend in English.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it does not mean boring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just remember that. It means something else in Italian. Huh? Okay.
Good. Okay. So, guys, how would you react in these situations? You can choose any situation and tell us how you would react.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for most of these, especially being in Italy, because I can't speak Italian, I would just be quiet. But
Mm-hmm.
inside, I would be really angry.
Let me tell you, last year I went to the spa. And at the spa, the couple, there was this like one of those big pools with warm water.
Hmm.
And they were not just kissing, they were just kind of doing things that I thought was very inappropriate in a public place.
Yeah,
And I actually just had, after about 10 minutes, I thought, I have to say something. And I did. I said something.
good.
And the guy was very aggressive. towards
Oh,
me.
wow.
Yeah, it was really not so nice.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes the other people don't even realize that they're doing something wrong, and then they might not react in the way that you would expect.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
all we can do is maybe ask politely.
Yes.
Some people just don't have the same manners as others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Okay, we
Okay.
have an example for number one.
Hmm.
Okay, so for number one, I would ask him or her to go out from the cinema. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I would ask them to leave the cinema or to go out.
Okay.
Okay, very
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah. This hasn't happened to me yet. I've been to the cinema a few times, but so far everybody's been in good behavior, luckily.
Yeah.
Obviously, you sometimes have children that maybe are a little loud, but that's understandable.
Ah.
So you had a good example for the second one?
Okay, but Alessandra, I think we have to look at that. How many negatives are in that sentence? Can you, let's pull up Alessandra. I don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want say nothing. So if I negative and negative, that means a positive. It's quite strange.
Use both because you've got and nothing, which is a negative.
Mm-hmm. And you need the to. I
So,
don't want to say.
hello.
You're okay. You're back. So yeah,
Okay.
you were
I
saying
don't
I
say
don't
anything.
want to say anything.
That's right.
Anything, because if you say negative and negative, it's very confusing and it flips probably to the positive. Okay. And then we have an example from Eva. I ask to stop. So you would say, I ask them to stop, or I would
Yeah.
ask them to stop. Okay. Very good. So I don't want to say something would also work,
Mm-hmm.
or I wouldn't want to say something. I say silence, please. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you would say another way that you would hear I say silence, please, or you would say I would tell them to be quiet,
To be
please,
quiet. It's
or
a
to
very nice way. Yeah.
yeah, please be quiet.
Please be quiet. Definitely.
Very good. So the person you are waiting for is late.
Oh,
How could we resolve that? So Jane, we are
oh,
having a meeting, and I have just arrived 35 minutes late.
all right. Well, if you didn't call,
Okay.
and I would be annoyed. I would be
Okay.
annoyed, and
Yeah,
I would
maybe.
say, you should have called and let me know before.
Very good.
I
Okay.
think that's the way, it can happen. There can be traffic, there can be a reason, but I think that you need to say that, and let that person know.
Yeah, and it all depends too on the reason, the excuse.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jane. I had to take my dog for a walk." I know you love dogs, so maybe you might be,
No,
might be.
no. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, again, it depends on the context, what my excuse is, and what the importance of the meeting is. So if it was
Yeah.
really important, really formal, I don't think a dog excuse would be appropriate. Sorry, every time that happens. Okay. So I can't stand it when
No,
people are kissing in public. That is true. Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. I do not love it. I'm not a big fan. Uh,
Okay. So we have a nice exercise for our students to do. Please stop. There's another way you can just go, please stop what you're doing. Use these words to make request phrases. So we have great, appreciate, stop, and mind.
Mm-hmm.
Can we fill in the gaps? So number
Sure.
1 equals number 2 equals And while you do that, myself and Jane will just stare evilly into the screen.
We want to hear what you have to say, everybody. Hmm?
Stop what you're doing and type the answers. I don't have any pet peeves in relation to students that I can think of.
Well, I guess we have students that talk over other students.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
And it's very hard to get in to get them to stop without you're trying to kind of maneuver away from them and get back to other students. That can kind of be annoying or a pet
okay,
peeve.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, so you're asking somebody a question, but this other student knows the answer, so they really want to shout it out first.
Yeah, and you
Good,
want to hold
Eva.
that
Well
up.
done,
Yeah.
Alessandra.
Oh, good. Okay, so number one. Oh, Ava. Oh my gosh. Okay, so wow.
Went for it
Yeah.
from the off.
Okay, so let's start with number one. Could you
Okay,
please? Yes, that's right. Stop talking during the film.
very
Correct.
good. Yeah,
Done.
so after that word stop, we need an ing. Can you stop talking? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you say, could you stop to talk, has a completely different meaning. So it means stop what you're doing and let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But could you stop
That's
talking?
right. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very good. And number 2, yeah, I think we've 3 people answered so far, so I think we can move on. Nancy's got her answer in. Ava,
Okay.
we have, yep, everybody's thinking the same. Perfect.
Uh-huh.
So appreciate. So what is I'd short for? I would
Ooh.
or I had?
No. Here it's I would.
Yeah, so that would make more sense. So I would appreciate it if you smoked elsewhere or somewhere else. Perfect. Please. I know I was like add in the please because it makes it so much more
Nice. It does.
polite.
It does. It really helps the sentence.
hmm Yeah, and even in general, when you say I would, is really formal. It's
Yeah.
like a nice way to say, "Oh, I would appreciate if you smoke somewhere else."
Yeah. Yeah.
Number
It's
3.
excuse me, but would you
So we
not
have mind,
swearing?
mind. Yeah, yeah, very good. We have a bit of a difference of opinion. Nancy thinks great. Alessandra
Mm,
and Ava think it is mind. So
yeah, I
would
think
you
you're correct on that.
mind?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine.
So
Not swearing in front of my children.
mhm,
Hmm.
exactly. So would you mind? Would you great? I'm sorry, wouldn't fit in here. So whereas number 4, it would be great.
Yes,
And
it would be great.
if you could cover your mouth when you sneeze or when you cough. This is great at the moment. Another pet peeve actually, when people cough but don't cover their mouths.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have some of like the grammar rules. So we have plus infinitive. So it would be great if you could plus infinitive. So
Mm-hmm.
cover as the example in number 4. If you could cover. It would be great if you could stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then in the middle, we have the verb ing, the gerund. Could you please stop talking? Could you please stop typing? Their answers. We are
Mm-hmm.
finished. Would you mind
Mm-hmm.
going to the shop and getting me some fruit because I'm not very healthy?
No, you're not.
Wow, calm down.
I don't
Uh,
believe
it's believable. Would you mind going to McDonald's? Would you
Oh,
mind
please.
ordering me food online?
Sure.
Plus, past simple. So I would appreciate it if you, past simple, could do this. okay? Or if you went outside of the cinema. So a person talking in the cinema, I would appreciate it if you would leave or if
Yes.
you left the cinema.
Okay.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. If you have any examples of these again, feel free to share. We have lots of good participation in this. And thank you for commenting as well, Sarah, for I would, for the contraction of I'd. Okay, so what can you say? What can you say if someone is blowing bubbles, example the picture, with chewing gum?
Oh.
This
Hmm.
is surprisingly common in Irish secondary schools. It's
Really?
disgusting. Yeah, very. Even though chewing gum is banned,
Really?
if you sit at the desk in an Irish secondary school and you put your hands under the desk, be
Oh,
prepared for a
oh,
nasty surprise.
oh, that's horrible. I mean, that's just horrifying when you think
Yes,
about. Oh.
it's not nice. So, what would you do, or what can you say if someone is blowing bubbles with chewing gum, or even chewing gum in a school?
Uh, could you please stop?
Yeah.
Would you
Would you
mind?
say, Jane, could you please give me that chewing gum?
Oh no.
I would.
Right.
I would. I don't mind touching someone else's chewing gum. Maybe,
Really, Shaman?
obviously, at the moment, giving the
Oh,
circumstances, wouldn't be very hygienic. But I would just go and wash my hands. I'm
oh.
not a germaphobe, so I don't mind.
Well, we're all going to become germaphobes, I think.
It's true. It's true.
Really? Oh dear. The second one is your favorite, Seamus.
Oh, very
Someone
good.
is. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Ah, ah,
Oh, I'm going to have an amazing response. So, what
oh,
can you say if
oh.
go ask me?
So, Seamus, what can you say if someone is picking their nose in public?
Oh, you could ask them, "Can I eat that for you?" You knew that was coming, right?
Yes.
So,
Ah,
personally, I wouldn't say anything because what's the point? Like they're picking their nose. It's not a crime. It's
it's,
tax-free
it's,
food. It's the only
it's
tax-free
no,
food in the
no,
world.
no. It should be. And you know how many people I see doing it in their cars? Oh
Oh
my
yes.
God.
That's
Horrifying.
another good one. Yeah, pet peeves, people
Hor-
on the phone in their cars.
Yes.
So
Okay,
I guess you could say, excuse me, could you not pick your nose in public or at all?
Nancy. Yes. But Nancy put, I'd appreciate it if you stop blooming bubbles.
Blowing. Yeah,
Blowing
yeah,
bubbles
yeah.
with
I think she just made a little typo. Yeah. Okay,
blowing.
that's not bad. I'd
No,
appreciate if you would stop. Yeah, or if you stopped.
if you stopped, yeah.
Yeah, so you want the past simple instead of stop. So I'd appreciate if you stopped blowing bubbles with chewing gum.
Mhm.
Very good. A couple are fighting at a party.
I don't know. Would you say anything really? I don't know. That's a hard one.
It depends how drunk I am. If I have a few drinks and
Oh,
they're disrupting my ambience, then maybe. Okay,
maybe
guys, could you please take this argument outside?
that's
Or
nice. Yeah, I
yeah,
like it. It's a good
yeah,
one. Could
yeah.
you please take this argument outside?
Yeah. So when
Yes.
they're fighting, somebody is fighting, but with their mouths, we call it an argument.
Yeah.
Okay. So could you take this argument elsewhere
Outside.
or outside?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Love
Okay.
that.
So Jane, what can you say if someone uses inappropriate language?
You want to know what I was going to say?
Pardon my French.
No, yeah, or I could say, do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Oh,
Or
very good. Yeah, that is a very common phrase. Wow, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Very good. Yeah, so it's
all
to say
right,
that you have a really dirty mouth, a foul language. Very
yeah,
good.
yeah. So,
Okay. And then how could you ask them to stop?
um, could you please use uh, could you please not use those words?
Perfect.
No,
Yeah. Again, yeah. Very, very good. So could you please not use
or
those
I'd
words?
I'd appreciate it if you stopped to use those words.
Very good.
Stop
You would say not stop to use, but stop using.
using. Yep, stop
Yeah.
using.
Because
Absolutely.
yeah, so if you stop to use is a common mistake though. So it's good that you brought
Use
it up. So
it.
stop to use means
Absolutely.
you're
Use it.
walking down the street and then you stop and you start using those words. Please don't
Absolutely.
be so rude. Very good.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Please don't be so rude.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is, though, in that situation, if you say that, oy, the reaction could be really,
Oh yes. Yeah.
I suppose
Again.
the reaction wouldn't be great if if I said you kiss your mother with that mouth. But
But yeah, imagine I don't think you're going to say these kind of things to everyone, but like for instance, your children,
oh, yes,
maybe yeah, somebody
yes,
you know well. Yeah, you would
yeah,
you would definitely say these things. Okay. So another word for inappropriate language is swearing. So you could say, "Could you please stop swearing?"
oh, and look, please control yourself. Yes. Do you
Oh, very
know,
good.
my son actually told me about a month ago, he was like, Mom, your mouth. I'm like, you're right. I'm so sorry. He
Very good.
told me. He goes, I don't know
So,
what's happening.
mm. So we have a good one for the last one. Someone,
Oh,
what can you
dear.
say if someone coughs or sneezes? Don't say anything, run away.
Did you see the video with the guy that pulls out the gun?
Yes, yes, it was hilarious.
So
Extremely over
yeah,
the top.
right now I think it's a very yeah, not a good one. So
Yeah. I don't think anybody would say anything at the moment. They would just leave for sure.
and
But you could
yeah,
say, yeah, could you please cover your mouth? Could you
yeah.
please turn your head away from people when you sneeze?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, right now
So
it's a tough one.
we have maybe a time for one example here. So it would be great if, so you live in a flat with the people in your group. Talk about what annoys you about living with them. You must be very polite and explain why you feel this way. Then discuss possible solutions with your roommates. So I'm going to leave this example here because even if this lesson finishes, you can pause the screen and give us some of your answers.
Okay.
Okay, so always feel free to look at the video again and comment.
Mm.
Gross. Ah, very good. Gross. Yeah, that is gross. Please turn away or
Yeah, it is
go
gross.
somewhere else. Very good. So gross synonym disgusting.
Oh yes.
Okay, so this room is gross. It is cluttered and disgusting. It's
It's also messy. It's
yeah,
messy.
very messy. Not the footballer, but very messy.
Hmm.
Okay, so Jane, this is my room. What would you say to me?
Well, Seamus,
Look at the frame in the top right. Brilliant.
all right. So, you live in a flat with people in your group. Talk about that. Okay. So, Seamus, would it be possible for you not to leave your room in such a state?
Oof. I am very busy, Jane. I
I
work lots.
know I know you work lots, but at least could you pick up your clothes from the floor and maybe the solution is just I'll get you a hamper somewhere to put your dirty clothes and you could put your dirty clothes there instead of on the
Perfect.
floor.
Very good. Very polite. Very mature. I love it. Well done. Okay. Yeah, and then you could also just ask, the smell in this room is really, really bad. Could you please open a window? Okay.
Oh, I don't think opening a window is going to solve that problem.
No, that's not going to solve that problem. That's for sure. Okay. So we're out of time today, but again, please still comment. You can pause the video at certain points and still comment, or you can wait around and there will be another focus starting in 10 minutes.
Great.
But
Thank you
for
so much.
now,
That was
it's
fun.
bye from me and Jane. We'll see you all again soon. Thanks for commenting, Alessandra, Nancy, Sarah, Eva.
Yeah, great.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.